Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to our Tuesday, March 26th agenda session. A motion on the minutes? Thank you. I've got a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed is nay. Thank you. Madam Clerk, let's go ahead and get started running down our agenda. We've got some ordinances on first read. Let's go with 6A, please.
An ordinance amending Chattanooga City Code, Part 2, Article 2, Chapter 2, Article 2, Division 2, Section 249, relating to legal liability claims.
All right. Thank you. B, please.
An ordinance amending Chattanooga City Code, Part 2, Chapter 4, Article 2, Rules, Regulations, Criteria, Standard, Section 441, Rules adopted in Chapter 20, Article 2, Health Nuances, by adding Sections 2029 through 2032 relating to noxious odors and nuances.
All right, we had a lot of discussion at this at 1:30. I see no other lights. Oh, hold on just a moment. Councilman Ledford.
Thank you, Chairman. We did have a lot of discussion about this at our 1:30 session, and I'm just wondering, are we going to see another version possibly by 6 o'clock that addresses some of the issues that were raised?
All right. Thank you, sir. We did discuss that, and did discuss having another version, another alternate, because there's already one alternate on there, which will be the same as the alternate, and the difference is the language. Do you have that, Phil?
Yes, sir.
In 2029A is no person or permitted business. So it's the very first part of that is changed, and it's changed twice in that paragraph. And we will have this up for review as soon as this meeting's over. Phil's working on it right now. And then on the second side, C, under definitions, odor and noise, it says odors from animals or fowl, which is the same language that is used in D. So it covers both of those as brought up earlier. Does that cover your question, sir?
It does cover my question. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, sir. All right, Madam Clerk, let's move on to 7A, please.
A resolution authorizing the waiver of use and damage fees at the creamery at Ross Landing sidewalk in front of Coldstone for the Southeast Tennessee Veterans Coalition to be used for the free dental care for veterans event to be held on Tuesday, April 2nd, 2019 at 6 a.m. in the amount of $1,000.
All right, Councilman Oglesby, thank you for bringing this to our attention. You have any further comments on it, sir? All right, thank you. B, please.
A resolution authorizing the administrator for the Department of Economic and Community Development to accept a grant sponsored by the Footprint Foundation to support the mentorship component of the Public Art Division's City Artist Program in the amount of $30,000.
C, please.
A resolution authorizing the administrator for the Department of Economic and Community Development to accept all donations of funds raised by the Community Foundation of Greater Chattanooga for the Fallen 5 Memorial Fund to the City of Chattanooga for use in constructing the Fallen 5 Memorial Wreath of Honor by Shane Albertson and Norman Lee in the Tennessee River Park.
All right, let's read D, and then I'm going to ask Caitlin to come up and talk about all three of these, please.
A resolution to confirm the mayor's appointment of 7 members to the Chattanooga Public Art Commission.
All right. Caitlin, do you mind? We've got 3 items on here. It says ECD, but they're all related to public art. Caitlin, you mind just giving us a rundown of each of these and telling us about contributions coming into the city for the Fallen 5?
Sure, I'd be happy to. Thank you, councilmen and councilwomen. So we are really excited to kick off a city artist program. So this is coming after in 2017 and 2018 through the BFO process. We received some funding to do some workshops with local artists and community members and city divisions to explore how an artist could work alongside city divisions and influence and inspire creative thinking early on in city processes, both internally and externally with community members as well. So we have formed a pilot year of this program, and we are receiving this grant from the Footprint Foundation to support a mentorship component of that program. So this grant goes towards actual support for this artist. So we imagine that we will have many local artists interested in this role, and that they may or may not have the experience of working with a complex system such as the city. And so providing some resources to that artist to develop their skill set and equip them to pursue public art opportunities after this pilot year program. So that is, and we originally requested 15,000, and they came back and wanted to support more generously with 2 years of the program. So that is item B. Item C, we have been, the city and the county have generously contributed to the Fallen Five Memorial. We have also, through the Community Foundation's fundraising efforts, received significant support from the community at large. So we're really pleased to, at this point, be receiving about $55,000 that through the Heroes Runs and individual gifts from the community have gone towards the creation of the memorial. So that project is in progress. The pieces are being fabricated, the columns and the wreath, the fabricated elements are in progress. We will start site work, the foundation and landscaping and all that in late spring. So that is moving forward, and we are still receiving funds, the Community Foundation, to complete fundraising efforts for that project. And then item D, we are appointing 7 new members. So the Public Art Commission has staggered terms, and we also have our visual artist members who serve 1-year terms. So we have every year really opportunities for new members to join. This is something that we put out openly, and sort of a call for people to apply through the city's boards page. There is an expertise requirement, but we do we do weigh seriously kind of balancing out different expertise for the commission as well as diversity. Both last year and this year, we had more people apply than we could fill seats for, and it's always a really tough consideration because there's many people that are credentialed to serve in this capacity, and we're really grateful that they do. Everyone who applies, they're very eager and interested to be there. So this is a very active and engaged board that holds us accountable, and they're very credentialed. So we're really excited to work with such a great group of board members. But if there's any questions, I'm happy to answer.
Thanks, Caitlin. Councilman Ledford, you have a question?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Chairman. Hey, Caitlin, a quick question on the board members are, and I know we're getting some resumes and backgrounds sent to us this afternoon, and you're more familiar with the applicants or the appointees. Does it require an art degree, or is it a diverse background as far as from business, private sector? Can you give me a little kind of a consensus of what the appointees are made up of? Sure.
So we have a requirement for 2 design professionals. That can be an architect, designer, or planner.
Okay.
At least 2 practicing artists. We have as well representation, at least 1 representative of a local arts organization, and then at least 4 at-large members that can be arts advocates, come from other artistic backgrounds, performance or visual or other. So that's sort of, we have a baseline of kind of 4 different types of seats to fill.
Very good. I'm seeing diversity and balance in that formula, so I appreciate the answer to that question. Thank you, Chairman.
Good, sir. Thank you. All right, no further questions. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Madam Clerk, let's move on to, I believe, the last item under finance, please.
A resolution authorizing the redemption of certain City of Chattanooga, Tennessee general obligation bonds.
General obligation bonds. I think we covered this. Anybody have any questions about this item? Daisy would be more than happy to come up here and dazzle you if anybody wants. No? No? Sorry, Daisy. All right. Thank you. Hold on just a moment. Oh, yeah. I had a note. Thank you. We have no departmental report. We had originally planned to have a public safety committee meeting, but at the 1:30 session, that meeting was determined to be postponed. So with that, we're adjourned till 6.
Yes, sir, I will not forget you. Yes, sir. I think y'all need to set up at least an opportunity to talk with your chair if you can in that regard, on that end of it. Well, you can talk to him outside the public meeting in that regard on that. That's what I just sent you a note on that end of it by email on there. He was not getting into it in the public meeting, but obviously you can do that, either that or your council rep on there, one or the other.
If we could do it.
Well, just see if he's willing to talk to you in that regard. Or your council rep, which would be Erskine, I believe, also. Yeah, so one or the other. Yeah, that's what I'd recommend right now. And the changes that they've made, there's two minor changes on that end of it. One of them is not representing poultry. It just says animal in that regard. And then the other change is permitted businesses. So it's only trying to deal with the aspect of, is there a violation of permit? So that's what they're looking at. Okay. Yes. Yes, that's what I would do. And that's what, you got an email from me about that one there.
Hey, Jim, I'll come down and talk to you in just a minute.
Yeah.
Let me finish up right
And
here.
Rusty,
Absolutely.
Rusty, I didn't have your email. I sent it to Tim because I did not have your email, but yes. Oh, you're kidding me. It's somewhere out there in Google space. Yes.
Yeah, it'll happen at
Okay.
a 3 o'clock committee meeting, though it won't be at a 6. It'll be at a 3 o'clock committee meeting.
I was looking
Yeah, but
for
there
it
was
in
some
my
additional,
contacts,
there
and I
was
did
some
not have one
requests,
for Rusty, but I
to
did have
look
one
a
for
little
you.
bit
So
further.
I